Alright, this is Nana, aka Judy Allen, and today we are going to sit up here and deal with die cutting 101. And it's just to give the basics of understanding what is die cutting, how do we do die cutting, and what all does it mean in the world of Stampin' Up. So with that, I'm going to take you down to my hands just to show you exactly where it's coming from. So one thing I like about Stampin' Up is that they really spell things out for you. For example, here, this is Stamp, Cut, and Emboss Machine. The machine is real big, and I can show it to you. It's going to be easier if I show you. I'm going to show you in the face, but just to give you an idea, this is the bigger one. There's a smaller one, and it's got a handle to it, and we're going to open it up in a minute to show you how it works. But the nice thing is you don't have to worry about when you get something, it tells you what it is. For example, we'll take this out of the case here. This one says it is a peach die. Peach dies, it lets you know right here it's a die because the machine I just showed you is a tool, and it not only cuts, which is what dies are for, and embossing. So when I say that's what it's for, I'll show you. So the dies are actually made out of metal. So for example, in this particular case, this is dealing with peaches, so all I have to do is take this metal off right here, and it sticks really good, which is you want to. You don't want it falling loose all over the place. These are like little blades, and you can see it from the angle. So that when I put this down on a piece of paper, it's going to cut out. See here, I'll put it in the palm of my hand. So when I put this on a piece of paper, that it's going to cut out that shape. If I turn around this way here, you'll see more of a shape of a peach. And I'll give you another example here. Let's see here. If I go and cut out this right here, take this off. You just have to bend it. It comes off. This is what it looks like right here. So you can see what's the blades. Little blade that's here. So it doesn't cut you, but it's going to use on the machine. But you can see on this side, this is going to be the shape. So it looks like it's a branch that goes with the peaches. So we got some peach branches and some flowers and so forth and all. So that is one example. But they're always metal. All right, so if you can ever decide what something is, all you gotta do is open it up, and you'll know if it's metal, it's going to be a die cut, and that means it's going to cut something in a shape. So for today, what I wanted to show was what I had talked about on Teach Me Nana when we did the pillow dies, and that's what I'm going to show you right now. It actually came with the gingerbread, with the whole Christmas stuff, but you can use it for other things. Look at what is in this set here. So actually, when I did the pillow box, this is what we're going to do, and I'm going to show you how we did it in a minute. This is it. Now, I could also go and do some other things, like I could cut out some flowers, which I did earlier, and some flowers right here and all, and I'll show you. I could cut out a tag, and the reason is I could sit there and use this at the top of here when I cut my paper, so that it'll be up here, and I can also use a tag, or I could also use it to help cut out. Alright, and then here, these are just decorations that could actually poke out. But the reason why the holes is because I could actually tie a tag. So this is a tag. I can cut out a tag. And I'm going to go ahead and do that when we cut out this here, just so I can show you. We'll do both, so you'll get the idea. And it's important because the thing is that it's a tool. It's a tool that helps you make something that you may want to make. In my particular case, I like doing the pillow boxes. And I'm going to get a piece of paper envelope right now that says there so we can do that. Alright, so we have the envelope that I had already pre-cut open. As you can see, this is an example from the Hope Paper Pumpkin Kit, Hope Box. And so we're going to have these plates here. So there's actually, I like it because it tells you, you don't even have to guess, and they number it. So it tells you right here, if you're going to sit there, you're going to place your die cutting edge down. So what that means is I've got my die cut here, and it's going to be on top of my paper. But when I go to cut this, I'm going to be putting this down. So now see, when you see this, where you place this is going to be important because this is going to fold over. And this is going to be in there, so it depends on what you're going to want your look to be. So when you go to place it, that's going to be important. Alright, so I have here, it shows me that, see if you can see a little bit better. I'll tilt it up here a little bit more. Okay, so here it's telling you right off the bat where to place your plate. Just letting you use number 1 plate. And I love it because this lets me know this is number 1. It shows me that there is a number 2 plate. And here's the number 2 plate. And then it shows me that I'm going to have a 2 number 3 plates. So I've got, it shows you the layer too, so you're not having to guess. So I put my number 2 down, and I know there's 2 number 3s. And lo and behold, here are my cutting plates. And here is the number 3. So I got my number 3 here, and I have my number 3 here, so that I know I have my plates. All right, and I have Stampin' Up facing this way, so I know I've got it the right way as well. So all I have to do is I'm going to take this, and I'm going to place, I think I'm going to want it to go this way. And you want to come down a little bit. So if you look at the bottom here, see this black line? That's about the distance. You want to make sure that from this top you're also down also, because the machine doesn't like it if you sit there and have the plate too close to the top of there. You can see where I got it really close there, and might have had it at the other end, but it doesn't matter. Just want to make sure you've got it placed how you want it. And then I'm just going to put the plates here together. All right, so with that, I'm going to get the machine out. I'm going to show you 2 different ways. This is one, and then I'm going to also show you how I did it with cardstock from the kit as well too. So I've just folded these down right here. You saw the big machine a minute ago. This is a big machine to come out of this camera like this. But I'm just going to put my plate, you'll be able to see at least me do it from this angle. Alright, so I'm just going to put the plates in right here. And make sure everything's lined up. I'm not left anybody's joints. I can just, if the paper moves on you and you want something specifically at an exact spot, a post-it note is your friend. I usually, if I want something specific right in the spot and I didn't want it to move, I would sit there. So I would use a post-it note. So this, I just hold on to this because I'm on paper, so it's just going to slide around. I'm just, see how it's sliding because I'm on paper? You can see my hand, but I'm just going to, let's see if you can see it up there. So you see how I'm just rolling this through. You hear it clicking, and it's supposed to do that. Okay? And I'm just going to roll it back through one more time back toward me, so you don't have to see me reach across, and I can do that too. Exercising my left arm. Yep, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, so I've done that. So that is die cutting. The plate is down, and I'm just going to peel this off and show you so you can see. Here's my end result. Here's my die cut. And then here's where it cut through the paper. See? There we go. Now, I'm just going to cut one more thing. I'm just going to cut this little tag, and I'll show you how it works together then. So I'm going to cut out in this little piece right there. So I still have to do the same thing. There is a smaller mini. So this is called a, let's see, where's my tag is there. It's a cut and emboss. So this is a cut emboss. Stampin' Cut and Emboss. And so they actually have a mini one as well too. The mini one does, I want to say it was I think it's 3.5 inches is the width of the die. So I could actually put this little small one on the mini one. But since I have the big one out, I'm just going to go ahead and use it. But I could have put it on the mini one, and that's all I was doing with smaller things I could. Okay, see? And then here we go. Here's our die. Oops. There's our die. And there's the metal edges there. So you can see that. And then here's what it just cut out. Now, see, I can use this as a tag from what I just made. So that when I folded this over and I go in along the creases and create my pillow box, then I could sit up here. There's the crease line right there. So I actually did this on top of an envelope. This is what I got into earlier that I didn't realize. See, because I cut it on an envelope, it started out in an envelope. It's got a line from the envelope. So here's the line, and the way you can tell is it's actually this line is the line that the pillow box just cut, because it's going to form right here. And I didn't realize that earlier when I was putting the pillow boxes together that I was going along the wrong line. But it is right there. You can see it. It's just that it's because we had the line from the original envelope. We have to keep that in mind. That's what was throwing me off earlier, that I just couldn't figure out what in the world was going on. And I was being technically challenged her out. Well, I think, see how that goes? That's how it should be. All right, so when this folds over and make it into pillow box, I could easily have this dangling down and put a message on it, and with some lovely ribbon or something like that. So the only other thing I was going to show you is just instead of the envelope, showing you some cardstock, doing the same thing. The thing I wanted to do about die cutting is when you're doing things that fold over, like this is. So, for example, where I place this, again, it's going to be how things fold over. So if I want the top of my box to be pink, when I fold this over, what's going to happen is this is going to be the back side because this is going to fold over. So then if I want the pink on the front side, let's see if you can see this. I didn't do that better. I'll take this out of the way for you. So just to show you, because it is important, if depending on what you're wanting. And you may get this in sometimes when you're dealing with paper as well too, if you're cutting the paper out, what you may want. So in this particular case, if I wanted my box to be pretty much pink, that's fine, because I'm cutting this from my Hope box paper pumpkin kit, and I was wanting to make pillow boxes out of it. Alright, so if I wanted the front of my box, so you gotta keep in mind, this is going to be my fold line. And it's going to fold up here because it's going to fold over. Okay, this is the one I just did, just to give you an example. So this is going to fold under, and this is going to fold over so that you have this look. So that's what I was saying that you went earlier, was that you have to think about what do you want? What's your end result? If I wanted this to fold over to be pink on top, then this is what you would get for the front face, and that isn't really what I would want. But I really like the idea of this being pink here, and see, that's just going to fold over right there, and it's going to be perfect, and then I can put whatever I want to on that. So that is what I would do. But I just wanted to show you what is a die, and to show you the possibilities. You know, it's not limited. You know, the thing is, die cutting isn't limited to just what I showed you today. There's numerous different die cuts that are out there. I mean, we have die cuts for tags, we got die cuts for circles, we got lacy looking dies. And you'd have to go to Stampin' Up! And look at all the different various dies that they have. Some of them are standalone for their own, like I said, for if you want to make tags, circles. They aren't necessarily associated with a stamp set. But like the peach die that I showed a while ago, well, it's associated with the peach stamp set. So they vary, but the main thing to understand is that if it's metal, it's going to be a die, and you'll be able to cut out with those dies. All right, that's it. Judy Allen signing out with dies. How to use dies 101. All right, have a great day. Bye.